Hey guys, it's Nicole, and today I'm going to do a little BOLO video. If you don't know what a BOLO is it is a be on the lookout brand, which means it is a popular brand that is selling. And I have 10 of them for you today that I thought I would share. And I'm actually going to share the process of how I find these BOLO brands and how you can use eBay to actually search their website and use something they call breadcrumbs to look for BOLO brands. So let's dive right into this. I'm actually probably going to make this a pretty short and sweet and straight to the point video. So the tools I'm using today are eBay, just the website. I also use an app on my phone called Completely. It is for Apple only, iOS only, and I believe it costs a couple dollars. It's not free. I've had it for a very long time at this point. But that app gives me a lot of data about items selling on eBay. It gives me sell-through rates, it gives me average time it takes for the item to sell, and then average selling price for the item. So we're going to dive into this. I'm going to share the brands with you, and then I'm actually going to be sharing lots of details about the brands and why it makes it a BOLO brand to sell on eBay or Poshmark or any market, really. Okay, so we're going to transition. Hello, look at this screen. So this is eBay's website. The reason I use eBay is because they actually give a lot of data about their sold listings, way more than sites like Poshmark. You can actually go in and see how many items have sold, kind of when they've sold, the prices they've sold, all of that good stuff. So the first brand we're going to be talking about is Ulla Johnson. And this is a pretty popular brand right now. This is their actives on, I'm going to say Poshmark a lot. We're talking about eBay. This is their actives on eBay. There's 1,200 currently active. And then for solds, there is 754, which is pretty good. So those are kind of the numbers you want to see. The smaller amount the smaller amount active versus like a larger amount sold. I'll show you a few examples here in a second, but I do actually look at these numbers. So there's 754 that are sold. This has an average selling price, this brand across the board in women's clothing category, not include like shoes or accessories, just women's clothing. The average selling price is $130. And it has a 51% sell-through rate, which means that if it's listed, 51% of the items listed, that's how many are selling. And it is within 6 days. So 51% of these are selling within 6 days, which is fantastic. That's a great sell-through rate. That means as soon as you list it, it's going to start selling. So this is that brand. We're going to actually open up one of the tabs here. And then I'm going to try and find, here it is. So this is what the tag looks like. It looks very basic and boring, but it is definitely a BOLO here. Okay, so next up, I am going to talk about how I use this up top. So this is called breadcrumbs. eBay refers to it as breadcrumbs. So these are related searches. They kind of leave them across the top. Most of these at the top are also going to be BOLO brands. So all I do from here is I start clicking these and I use the app Completely to look at the data on them. And then I figure out like, oh yeah, this is a BOLO. Like this is a brand I should be looking out for. If I'm just like sitting on my couch, not really doing anything, it's a great opportunity for me to be looking at these brands, be getting familiar with their tags, all of that stuff. I will be putting up more of these videos for you guys over the next few weeks, but this is kind of how I come to find this information. So you could be doing it on your own as well. Hopefully this is super, super helpful for you guys. Okay. The next brand we're going to be talking about here, I'm probably going to butcher the name of this, Brochu Walker. So this brand has 689 active listings and 160 solds. So this brand does not have as high as solds, but it's still good. It does have a $30 average selling price and a 32% sell-through rate within 12 days. So this is actually the one that's probably the lowest. Like the sell-through rate's a little bit lower and the amount of time it's averaging to take to sell is a little bit higher. But I still think it's a BOLO brand, so that's why I'm showing it to you guys. We are going to open one up really fast and just look for that tag. Together forever. Let's see. Okay, so here's the tag. I've definitely picked this stuff up before and sold it. So I think I've even sent it into like ThredUp before. So I think it's definitely a good brand to be on the lookout for. If you find it for around $5, I would definitely be picking it up. Okay, so the next item we're going to go to, we again just used our breadcrumbs at the top here. And I found this brand. It is Caroline Contessa, I believe is how you pronounce that. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. It is what it is. I'm giving you guys valuable information, so don't hate me, because this one is really, really good. So there's only 209 actives, and there's 78 solds. That's good. That's like a third of them are sold. And you might not be, these are not all brands that you're just going to walk in and find at every thrift store, but they are brands that you want to keep in the back of your mind, right? That not everyone's going to see, not everyone's going to have, and they're easy to pass up because it's not brands that you're recognizing constantly. This brand has an average selling price of $92 in the women's clothing category on eBay. 23% sell-through rate within 9 days. So in my mind, this is definitely a BOLO brand. Let's see if we can find one of those tags to show off really fast. Here it is. Okay, so there it is right there. Caroline Contessa. This looks like a very basic tag, but you can see the cut of this is, you know, pretty fancy. So this is from Linda's Stuff, which is one of the top. They do millions in sales every year on eBay. Okay, next brand that we found was called Johanna Ortiz. Again, I'm probably saying that wrong. That's okay. Because this is an amazing brand. I highly doubt many of us are going to find this brand, but you guys, you never know. That is why it's good to know these things. Now, when you're looking at this, there's only 56 of these listed, you guys, but 38 sold. So almost the same amount listed as sold, and the average selling price on this brand, $282. How many of you have heard of this brand? I'd never heard of it before I started doing this research tonight, but now it's in my mind and I know it, and I know that it's going to be out there somewhere. So $282 average selling price, 52% sell-through rate within 8 days. So fantastic find if anyone ever finds this. Let's go ahead and do a little search here and see if we can find one of their tags together. This looks like a pretty basic seller too. Like they don't have a lot of listings. Let's see here. Okay, so here's the tag. Again, look at those tacked on tags on the side. So you see how the tag is literally just tacked on. It's not sewn all the way down the tag. It's just on the corners. That is a sign of a higher end item. So that is a tag right there. That is definitely a tag to be looking out for. The next brand, lots of us know this brand, Veronica Beard. Very popular brand right now. I believe they're actually opening up a location in San Francisco, which means they're expanding, which means we're going to be finding more of it. But this brand is super popular. It has 1,473 active listings on eBay right now and 1,140 solds. Fantastic. If you can get that number even, if you find brands that have higher solds than what's actually like listed, that right there tells me big BOLO, run, grab it, make the money. Average selling price for this brand is $144, 37% sell-through rate, an 8-day average time period, according to the app Completely, which is not sponsoring this video. You should be though. I love that app. I talk about it all the time. It's a great tool for resellers. Okay, let's see if we can find something that has the tag. I like to find pictures like this. Usually they're going to have the tags a little bit more. Okay, So that is it. I've actually found this brand before. That's exactly what the tag looks like. Very basic, not flashy, but there it is. Okay, next up we have the brand Zimmerman. Pretty high-end brand, very sought after. I've never found this brand personally, but I have heard of it before. I definitely consider this a major bolo. The current number listed is 3,912. The current number sold is 1,983. It has an average selling price of $83, 21% sell-through rate, 7 days. So those are all pretty good numbers. And again, this brand does a lot of really pretty like florals and dresses. I mean, just gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. If you saw this at the store, you would be like, yes, I should buy this. I don't know. Here, let's try and find a tag here. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. Nope, no tag on this one. Well, we might just pass on this tag, but you get the point. Good brand. Definitely bolo. Okay, this brand is Alice McCall. I had never heard of this brand, but again, I used the breadcrumbs up top and I find these brands and then I store them in my memory and I can search faster at the thrift store. 798 actives and we have 281 solds. Average selling price on this is $91 in the women's clothing category, 18% sell-through rate, 9 days of listing. Oh, you get my point here, guys. Okay, let's see if we can find a tag. Lots of Australia brands are very popular. Okay, so this is it. Let's see if we can... Look at that very, very basic tag right there, guys. Nothing fancy. Very basic. Very much a bolo. Okay, because an average selling price of $91. Sign me up. All right, next up we have this brand, which again I had never heard of, but I used the breadcrumbs and up it popped. Sass and Bide, 2,490 actives, 541 solds. That isn't the best, but it's okay. It does have a $81 average selling price, fantastic selling price. And a 21% sell-through rate in 9 days average selling time. We're going to try and find the tag. Why is everything... Okay, that looks like it. That's so basic. I would not have guessed. But maybe. Why is everything from Australia? What's going on with my searches right now, guys? I think am I in the wrong market? Well, whatever. Same ideas. There we go. There's another tag right there. Sass and Bide. All right, so yeah, this is definitely another one. We have 2 more brands. We're doing 10 in total tonight. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys like these sort of videos, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know you want to see more bolo videos like this. Let me know you hate them. Whatever you feel, now is the time to tell me because I need to hear it if you guys want me to release more of these. So this brand is one of my personal favorite brands. I love their pieces. It is self-portrait. They make gorgeous dresses. I've worn one before. The average selling price on this brand is $103, 24% sell-through rate within 9 days. It's not a hard brand to find. I mean, I found my dress, I believe, at like Nordstrom Rack. 6,000 actives, 1,500 solds. Gorgeous pieces, guys. Just the silhouettes that they do are really, really stunning. This brand sells really well on Poshmark, and I would definitely pick it up. The tag is very basic too. Let's see if we can... Let's see. Okay, there's a US price. I was like, what's going on? I don't know. Apparently a lot of these are Australian brands, maybe? Who knows? No, that doesn't have it. Oh, this dress is gorgeous. Love this dress. Okay, so this is what the tag looks like. Pretty basic. But again, those tacked on tags, you can see it's tacked on the side. That's usually a sign of a higher end item. Okay, this last brand I had never heard of before, but again, I found it using the breadcrumbs. Alexis, 5,000 actives, 1,000 solds, average selling price $63. 15% sell-through rate and 8 days of listing. Here we go. Look at these gorgeous pieces. You know this stuff would be doing good over on Poshmark as well. Let's go ahead and try and find a tag for her. No. There we go. Basic. There it is. Okay, so those are all the brands that I have to share tonight. I will be putting more of these up this month if you guys let me know that you like them. And if you have any suggestions, if you want to see, I used to do a lot of these videos privately. So I've done like different categories, dresses that sell, sweaters, and like all the different categories. So if you want me to break it up into categories, or if you guys like just like the overall brands like this, I plan on doing some shoe ones. We're really going to get down to business, and I'm going to try and help you guys learn brands. That is my number one question. What brand should I be picking up at the thrift store? So hopefully this helps you guys out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Bye.